Welcome to this special holiday episode of Rules of Villainy. This week we're having a fun, merry time bringing the holiday spirit to fans of Lorcana and Disney. I'm Villain Vince, joined by my two co-hosts as always, Villain Andy and the Mayor of Lorcana, Brad. We're also joined, as you can see, by two guest hosts, Villainous Kirsten and the future Mayor of Lorcana, Miss Mayor Emily. How's it going tonight, everyone?
I'm feeling great. How are you doing? How do you feel, Emily? You're finally here.
Nervous. I hope I bring some good cheer for everybody.
You're gonna do great. How about Kirsten?
Oh, I'm just as happy and merry as ever. I don't have to work anymore, so
Oh, I'm jealous.
not that I did a lot of work this past week, but
Are you both wearing Louis pajamas?
yes.
Hooray!
Did you see they're making a movie?
Yes. And I don't know if you noticed, but this was our matching Christmas outfit in the Christmas card we gave you guys.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that's right.
I did know you were wearing matching ones, but I honestly was really distracted by the cat.
I do not blame you. She is always the star of our photo, and I should honestly put that on our Instagram, and I will probably promptly do that after this because it's hilarious.
It's just like a blur. It's so funny.
She hates participating in family photos. Once a year, girl. Once a year.
So
Do any cats really love doing that?
No, I mean, we don't even put anything on her anymore because she hates it. So we just pick her up for a hot second. She's like, absolutely not.
We're
we
fortunate
take
enough.
2 minutes worth of video as well, and that's like the best single frame we can get from 2 whole minutes of video.
Mine too.
Just like
for the past 4 or 5 years, it's just been video and find a still in the video that looks okay and pick it out.
Aww. We're blessed with a cat who is what Emily says is not a normal cat. Because he lets you do whatever. He's just a loaf all the time, and you pick him up, dance with him, whatever you want to do, and he's just chill all the time.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
And it's not just because of his age. He's been like that since I got him. He's just a not real cat. So in the 30 years when he does pass on, when we get a new cat, I don't think Brad's ready for what an actual cat is like. So
yeah,
you might have to help him through that transition.
Just come to our house and our cat will hiss at you and try and bite you.
Yeah, don't like that.
Get the love marks on your hand.
Mhm.
Trying to pet. I love you, and it just grabs your hand with its mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fortunate of the fact that Cassian is super gentle to new folks, but when he really then likes you, he's like, okay, well now I can show that I like you by biting you and stuff, and then scratches you and stuff. But otherwise, he's happy as a clam around new people and stuff.
That's great.
Wait, why are you so nice to everybody else but so mean to me? To me, all the time. Ugh. Anyway. So, but yes, Emily, you're joining us for the first time, and congrats to both you and Brad yet again, officially.
Woo!
Yeah,
it's been a little over a week now, right? A week and a day.
A week yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last episode. It's close to being a week.
I know, and we have not planned anything. So people keep asking. We started, yeah. People keep asking, oh, what's the date? What, I'm just like, I don't know. Getting through the holidays, and then we're gonna start super planning. But we made a rough list, and we have I have a few ideas, but yeah, mostly we just need to get through Christmas, and then we'll start thinking about it.
Yeah,
gotta
take
find
it
a
easy.
venue.
It's only been a week and a day after all. I mean,
I know.
Rush and plan everything right away.
It's wild for people to be like, okay, so when's the wedding? It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Easily the worst part is all the just constant and once you have the wedding, the questions just continue. When you get a house, when you're having kids, when you're getting 4 more dogs and 3 more cats. When can we come over and see all the dogs and cats? It's chill.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
exciting.
I can't relate to any of that nonsense.
Not yet.
We will get down to the nitty-gritty details sooner than later, especially because we're both planners, so I feel like we're gonna very much have some good sessions of like going through all of our saved links and stuff. So
Yeah. I think once we find a venue and an opening, that's when we get the date. And then after that, we plan around that and then get the budget of, how much we want to dedicate to that and everything else. It's never planned a wedding before and I never want to plan another one after this. So like, this is it. We want it to be perfect. And I'm just so excited.
Very excited for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, moving from that to Santa's mailbag, or also known as Constituents Corner, I'll kick it over to you, Mr. Mayor, or in this case, Santa.
Oh,
Lorcana clause.
Lorcana clause.
Lorcana clause.
Yeah.
I mean, that's better than fart mayor. Those
You're
of you
still
who
the
watch
fart
the kids
mayor in our
stream,
hearts,
know
Brad.
what that's all about. You'll have to check that out for details. But yeah, thank you, Vince. We have a lot of questions I asked on the socials this past couple days, and then of course we have our Constituents Corner channel in the Discord, where you can ask questions anytime. If you can look down below in the description, you can join our Discord at any time and join in on any of the conversations and ask your questions. The first one I wanted to start with was kind of a rapid fire question. Steven Gettle reached out to me on Blue Sky with a number of questions when he realized he could ask me anything. I literally said, ask me anything, and he delivered on 2 occasions, and we're going to start with the first one here. And I'm going to just direct it to Emily because we have a lot of questions tonight, but being new to the podcast, I figured it'd be a quick rapid fire way for people to get to know you. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
I'm going to go
Hit me
through,
with
I'm going to go through each question one at a time, just whatever comes to your mind first, and we'll move on. All right.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to comment on it. All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right. What do you like on your hot dog?
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. What's the last piece of Halloween candy to get eaten?
Whoa. Rolos.
You don't like Rolos? Come on.
I don't.
All right. What's on your favorite T-shirt?
What is on my favorite? I don't really. Well, that's hard. That's a really hard one. Well, one of my favorite T-shirts has Alanis Morissette on it.
Oh, from our concert. Yeah.
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you
Da-dum-tsh. Did you see this is an interjection though? Did you see the musical, Jagged Little Pill?
I did not. I heard it was actually kind of good.
Oh, it was so good. So
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And in that particular song they were like doing it in a classroom, and they like made the joke. It's like that's not irony. That's just like bad luck. And they like say it a few times. It's like, just let me get through the song.
One of my high school math teachers made it a very clear point. Like nobody was arguing with him. He was just saying things to like get people riled up, and he was pointing out like, nothing in that song is actually ironic. And I'm like, I don't care, dude. I just like the song. But does that show tour? Because I would like to check it out.
So it ended. I hope it retours again, but it was so good. It was actually probably my favorite show of the last Fox season.
Wow.
You need to go back to your teacher and let him know that the fact that none of that is ironic, that's the irony of the song, the whole point.
Wow.
See, we're all playing regular chess, but Alanis is playing 4D chess, okay?
No. I'm just going to tell you, Alanis was going through some things when she wrote that album in particular. All right.
Yep.
Alanis Morissette did play God at one point.
Did.
In a movie.
He is God.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. That show was so great too. I love that. That's for your birthday. All right. We got 4 or 5 more here. What are you having on breakfast on December 25th?
Well, we're going to your parents' house, and so I think we're having biscuits and gravy, I believe.
Nailed it. We are.
Yeah.
Do you floss?
I try to. It's one of those things that I always think about and then I don't. And then my dentist reprimands me. But I still have really good teeth. Like I've never had braces. So I think I do good on my teeth health.
You get a lot of compliments on your teeth.
I do.
It's a weird thing to say. Like I just remember specifically people commenting on photos.
I like
of us,
your
"You have
teeth."
really nice teeth. Yeah,
That's true.
That's so
nice
funny.
teeth health,
Yeah.
Brad. Like,
Well,
Can
my
you-
mom always says that we have the same smile. Like she always is like, "Oh, just the same smile," and I'm like, "My guess we're both smiling." I don't know. Maybe I think because we both smile big, maybe that's why. But yeah,
I
she's
could see
always
it.
like, "Is this the same?"
Yeah. The way you and your sister and your mom talk too, I can see all the intricacies of that. You definitely all grew up together.
Well,
Can you
yeah,
Can you do a cartwheel?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. What about
No.
pancakes? He just asked pancakes with a question mark.
Is that like a cheerleading move or the food?
I think it's the food. I think he's just asking if you like pancakes.
I do like pancakes, but I like waffles better.
That's the correct answer.
yeah,
Nice.
waffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team waffles.
Waffle House in here. All right. And what is in your trunk?
Okay. My DVD collection from my mom's house, a custom made Monopoly board game that I did for my high school called Metroopoly. Because I went to Metro, and let's see, I have various and an assorted like clothing in the back, and probably some sort of cleaning supplies for my car.
Wait. So this is a quintessential St. Louis question. I hate to do this to you. Did you say you went to Metro High School, like in the city of St. Louis?
I did.
Holy shit. So you're gonna have there's a Mickey for us right there. But congratulations. But no, I just want to say to people like that's a very that's one of the smart schools, if you will, in St. Louis. One of the
He is
best
very
schools in the
smart.
state, actually.
We've
It consistently does get number one school, or at least in the top 10. Yeah, it is. I
Although-
know. I always say when people ask me about my school, like because people know that, and I'm like, I think I was the dumb person of the smart kids. Like, so
No.
okay. Here's the thing. I went to one of my friends in high school. She now runs her own lab at Harvard, looking for DNA, like looking through people's DNA in order to find markers in like DNA level for autism.
That's crazy.
So like those are the level of people I have to compare myself to from high school. So yes, I say I am the dumb person of the smart people.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
What that makes me.
Oh.
I don't know. What that makes me. I
Brad. It
didn't even
makes
know
you
that
lucky.
Metro was the smart school. Never heard of that.
Well,
It is a small school.
Yeah, it's a magnet
it's-
school in the city of St. Louis.
That's probably why I didn't know about it, because I was not on that level.
But
I'm
did you
not
go to
from
school in
around
St. Louis,
here.
Kirsten? I thought you were in Illinois side.
I mean, yeah, but I lived in St. Louis for part of my childhood
Oh, I know that.
till I was like in 6th grade.
Very cool. And that's all the questions Steven had. Hope that was fun.
Well, I think he has some other questions.
For
He
now.
does. I was going to bring
For
him up.
now.
On that. Do you want me to just continue with Steven's questions?
No. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay. This is from Jimmy from our Discord and Team ROV. He asked, what animal cards do you want to see in the next set?
I want to see more cats. That's what I want.
Sounds
Particularly,
right
I
up Emily's
want
alley.
more of the cats from Aristocats.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
Everybody
probably
wants
just
to be
skip
a cat.
Brad. And we can also, unfortunately, Emily, your question's already been answered as well by Brad like 100 times as well on the
She's got another one.
podcast.
She has another one.
But
Ooh.
yeah, that's
the other
I
one.
want to
Which
see. I want to see Mushu. I think
Ooh.
it's considered an animal, right? A dragon.
Dragon, yeah.
a
mythical beast.
mystical one.
Yeah, I want to see Mushu. We've got so many Mushu adjacent cards, but no Mushu.
Mhm.
You know what
that
movie that's from, Brad?
Yeah, that's from Mulan. I know what you're hinting at right now. They know. He knows that I haven't. It blew his mind when I told him this week that I haven't seen Mulan. And
You've
now
never
everybody-
seen
I mean, it blew
Mulan?
my
What?
mind.
What?
It came out at the time where I just wasn't like. It didn't seem like a movie that was for me, right? Like I,
What?
you know, yeah. Like I
Disney
just
is
Listen,
for
wasn't
everyone,
interested in it,
Brad.
You know, it is.
I'm just saying,
Shame.
missing out on that Szechuan sauce at the time.
It's
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your pal.
Listen, I'll tell you when McDonald's re-upped the Szechuan sauce, I was like, I have to relive this memory again.
It's all because of Rick and Morty too.
I know. It was so good. So good. Honestly, I want them to keep it on the menu. But anyway, go on.
What I wanted to add to Andy wanting to see Mushu is like I feel like it's likely coming up because of that new Sisu card in this set where you can scry for dragons over and over again, and we need more dragon cards besides Sisu and Maleficent in the game. So Mushu is a prime candidate for making that a synergizable. I don't know if that's a word. Deck, but
synergistic.
It's a word now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know that I really want to see Jock, but Emily has a tuxedo cat, so she really wants to see Figaro from Pinocchio and later on Minnie's cat.
Mm-hmm.
We have Figaro on a Minnie Mouse card where she's surfing with Figaro on it, but it doesn't quite count.
Yep.
I understand.
It doesn't. It's I actually have Brad gave it to me, so it's over there. And I looked and I'm like, she's so small.
A little.
I remember Sarah from our Bodex family was like when she was wanting to build a cat deck, and she's like, this card counts because Figaro is on it. And it's a good card. It worked, it worked in a lot of decks and it worked for her theme as well. Anybody else got any pets or animals?
You need the tuxedo cat Lego set now for your cat.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's really cute.
That would be cute.
I'm honestly a little surprised that they don't have more dragons from Raya and the Last Dragon, like the other dragons in that.
It's just
also
Sisu.
Haven't seen that.
Just Sisu. Sorry.
Anyway, dragons. Wait, no, there's no other dragons in that. It's called The Last Dragon, Raya and the Last Dragon.
You gotta watch the movie.
You gotta watch
the end. There's this fine.
They find more dragons.
The end. You just gotta watch the end. Spoiler alert.
Listen, it's almost been 4 years since that movie came out. I think we're beyond spoilers.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, what do you want, Kirsten?
I want Oliver and Company.
Yes.
I want Tito, and I want Oliver and Georgette.
Georgette would be a good
one.
Oh
yeah.
Dodger.
Yes. Dodger.
Billy Joel.
Gosh. I know.
I
knew it was never going to happen, but we went to that Billy Joel concert, and I was in my heart, please play a song from Oliver and Company.
Yep.
No,
that was actually really good. I enjoyed that. We don't know if we'd ever seen it before when we did our Disney.
I don't think we had until Disney Date Night.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah, I feel like that's a movie that kind of slides under the radar.
It does.
Well, it's
so good.
It's just the remake of that's a regular movie, right? Oliver and Company, or
Oliver
Twist.
Oh, it's based on Oliver and Twist.
Yeah, based on Oliver Twist. Yeah, so it's the classic Disney, like take an old tale and just throw some lovable animals on it and call it a day.
And a nice cameo by Jock, if I do would like to point that out.
That's right.
That one frame, and that's because
literally
that's because Disney is also lazy or efficient, however you want to look at it, and they just reuse a lot of frames from other shows. What is it in Toy Story? I've seen the thing where they show the scene where all the kids are running around the house for the party, and when you slow it down, it's all just Andy. They're all just different versions of Andy in different colored clothes. It's the same 3D model running back and forth, and since it's only 2 frames.
You know how hard it was to animate a 3D model though?
Right.
In 1990.
They had to cut some corners.
So I don't blame them, but they like to reuse a lot of old stuff, get a lot of extra value out of it.
Yeah, we noticed that quite a bit in our watching the animated movies. There's a lot of the same kind of scenes. A lot of the characters are drawn the same, and you can tell that oh, this is just a reskin of Cinderella or somebody. I don't have the specific examples. Maybe you remember, Emily, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the most recent one was the Jock, and he was just on there for so quick, and I was like, oh my god, I think we had to slow it down. But we've definitely seen some characters that are that's 100% just you like made their eyes slightly smaller or something like that, and they just popped it into a new movie.
Alice and Cinderella, maybe like just had the exact same face. I don't remember. Maybe. There wasn't a.
I don't remember that one. That was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think
that could also be the same artist though, too, right?
Yeah,
or same animator, similar animator.
Well, the way in which they film, though, a lot of they would reuse the cell backgrounds and stuff because they like layered them on top to get this like 3-dimensional kind of look and stuff, and so you could reuse some of those plates,
like the trees or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like the one most notable one I think is the dancing scene from Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, where they're dancing in the ballroom. It's the exact same dance, the same movement, the same dress flow and everything. And they just overlaid it from Cinderella to Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. I think that becomes less common as they move more into like a digital era. They're able to be a little bit more creative. Obviously,
ChatGPT, show me people dancing around a ballroom elegantly, Disney style. Enter.
Yeah, and then you get some creepy,
Frozen 4.
You get some creepy stuff going on there.
Yeah.
You get like horror movies with Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah. So the question was animal cards in the next set. Anybody got anything else?
I think that's everything.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Nana from Peter Pan.
I think she does have a card.
We have one card for Nana.
We do have one card. One card.
I think it's Amber.
Well, maybe Nana needs more.
Maybe.
I just watched one of my friends do a Disney pin hunt, and she's been looking for Nana, and it's like she's opened like 8 or 10 boxes and has not found Nana yet. So she's on my mind.
Elusive.
Well, that's one thing I think Lorcana does pretty well is like a lot of the side characters. Of course, I complained about how we have everyone but from Mulan but Mushu, but there are a lot of sort of those B-sides characters that I know when Kirsten and I were more into collecting like the Funkos and things, you would see main character over and over, and we would be like, man, I wish they would just make one for this. Like, and I think Lorcana definitely does a good job at that. The Nana card, unfortunately, is pretty bad. In the game, it's not a very playable card, but it's cute. It's really cute, and I'm glad they at least recognize those characters.
Yeah,
that's
probably easier though to make a piece of cardboard on it than a full plastic, Funko Pop.
You're right. And at this point, Funko just takes the same mold and does it over and over and over again. They don't even make a new color. It's just like the exact same Maleficent in a different box. Then it's but
those lazy. Collectors that go after those boxes, man, as I think both of you.
They lost us. Too. We have a bunch.
They lost us though. These are just
too much random nonsense.
I was in it for a little while, and I had to stop and only buy ones that I like really, really loved because it was a problem for a while. Now Lorcana is my new problem. That's I have to.
It's not a problem. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I only have like 3 Funko Pops, and it's like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Hillary Clinton,
Bernie,
Jackie Kennedy, and Jimmy Carter.
That's 4, sir.
Okay, so 4. I'm sorry, 4.
I wonder what Vince is into.
You know what I saw at Target today was a Ruth Bader Ginsburg Little Golden Book. I should have got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
You have a
Styles one.
Do you have like the Supreme Court building as a Lego set as well?
Oh, absolutely he does.
No, I wish they would make that though. But I do have the White House.
They have
the White House.
Have a Capitol
building?
Oh, nice.
I thought they had the Capitol building too.
They do. I was not into Lego as much as I am today.
Gotcha.
When the Capitol set. So that set is unfortunately retired.
Do they, when you buy the White House, does it come with a minifigure for the president?
No.
And if so, which president did you buy the white? Like, did they just re-release it so that you can get the one with the president that you want?
Or do they release a new president every 4 years? Like, once a new one gets voted in, they're like, here, you can buy your new president for $10.99.
No,
this minifigure is only included in this set.
No, the architecture sets don't have any minifigures in them. So yeah,
'Cause I know some of them you like open them up and you can like there's like a scene inside the building or inside it or
so
whatever.
not like that. They've actually created some like minifigure.
Oh,
the Disney ones, yeah.
They've made them kind of like architecture style. So they got the Agrabah.
oh wow.
I need it.
Yeah, so
Pretty nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the Disney sets lately. That new Simba looks really cool. I don't need it. Like
No.
I keep saying that I like it. I didn't
He's
like it on
creepy
the
looking.
box. I don't like the way it looks on the box. It looks a little weird on the box to me. But like I like the way it looks built. But he is against it apparently. So
Creepy.
They have the
we can't
books
get
too,
it.
like the fairy tale books and the Poison Apple and all that stuff. I thought that was a cool set.
That's
Yeah, we have that one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I have that one. It's over in the corner there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
See it. But
With all the VHS tapes.
I have I just got the Sorcerer Mickey one.
Yes.
Ooh, I've been trying to get
So
that.
good.
Kirsten says no, we shouldn't
I've
get
been
it.
waiting to try and get it on sale, but it
It is on
hasn't.
sale right now at Target.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys,
I need
we'll
to
be right
find out
back.
what
Hold on.
time Target closes.
It was $100, and it's
Oh,
now
$100 is
$80.
normal price, I thought, though.
Yeah, but
Hold
it's
on.
$80.
Oh, it's discounted.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
Alright.
you can get it on Target.com.
Instantly adds to cart.
Or they
Yeah.
they close at midnight. We'll be done before midnight. We're going to Target after this.
All right.
You better
Sounds
hope it's
good.
in stock.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you,
even.
you, you
Our Target
probably
had
do
it.
need to check, but yeah. So
Yeah.
All right. We got another question here.
We do. We got from Manic Pixie Mayhem, Jamie from one of our longtime listeners and supporters writing in for the first time. She asks, "Hey guys, got a question. If you were Illumineers like Shanzay, Martin, and Venturo, what would your colors and magical items be for each of you?"
So first, I'll just say I wish I knew more of the Lorcana lore.
Sure.
We need the animated series, Lorcana, the animated series. Get the guys who did Arcane
exclusive on
Yes.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'll start if it helps you guys. What I thought about was I know you guys expect me to say Blurple, and that I should say Blurple. I'm a big fan of The Witcher, so the first thing that came to my mind was like a medallion, like a steel medallion that hums when like danger's present or something. So I went immediately to that. If I was an Illuminaire, I'd do steal something, and I'd have some kind of medallion that notifies me, like a spider sense of upcoming danger, like Big Ursula, your favorite.
It's very
I'd be
cool.
mono amethyst.
Yeah, big surprise there.
Yeah,
What would
mono
your power
amethyst.
be, or what item?
It would be like you guys seen Mary Poppins? Actually, I think that's Disney, right? That's actually Disney. So
Mary
it'd be like
Poppins,
Mary
oh.
Poppins' bag, because amethyst is all about draw. I'd have like this, I guess, magical man purse that I could just like reach into and constantly draw whatever I wanted out of it.
Nice. It's like
I like
Hermione's bag, right? Isn't that what that does?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, nice.
How about you, Emily?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I assumed your color would be amber because you're always wanting me to play yellow, and I do
Yes,
moderately well
yes.
when I play yellow, but not recently.
With no
I have
real
ups and downs.
with no real understanding of the game, I always say, "Did you play?" Whenever he comes, he's like, "Oh, I lost, whatever, 2-1, or I'm the, had a bad night." I'm like, "Well, did you play yellow?" And it's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, maybe you should have." So, yeah, sure. Amber would be my color of my energy. But 311. But what do I have to choose? Like an item to wear?
Yeah, some kind of item. What amber does is it's a very much a support / healing kind of color. So if you choose an amber, what item would you use to signify that, and what kind of power would it have if you had to?
Maybe I'd have like a cool, like, not flask, but like potion bottle around my that like hangs down, and whatever kind of like this feels very D&D, but who like uh somebody needed healing or some sort of salve of some sort.
Sure.
It would fill up with whatever they needed at that time.
There we go.
Nice.
Well done. How about you, Vince?
Oh, so probably Sapphire would be mine. Item, man, that's the hard part. Is I don't know what the item would be.
Yeah. It's almost like the bag that Andy's talking about would also apply. Like, or I don't know. Because it's also resource heavy, right, too? So you get extra resources with all the inking that you get from Sapphire, and you get all the items from Sapphire. But what about a popsicle?
What about like an ink pen and ink well that you could like draw like 3D? Like, you ever done the 3D masks where you get to like draw an object, and so you're like making items out of your extra ink, right?
Ooh,
go.
I like
Like a
that.
magic
I
pen.
like that. I like
Oh,
that.
we
I like
need like an axe to chop down this tree. We'll just like
We'll just draw
Vince
it.
draws one with his ink, and then poof,
Oh, I
now it's a
love
real
that.
axe.
And I like pens too.
Cool.
So I like this. I like this. A
There you
magic
go.
pen. I like it. Also, Ravensburger, take notes on these ideas. I like that.
We don't even need the team that did Arcane anymore. Like, we can just do the team that makes
Yeah, we
Rules
can
of
be the
Villainy.
team.
Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe a
So
couple artists. I don't think any of us can draw.
I can doodle.
but we know some artists now, so you
Yeah.
know.
Nicholas Cole. He does
Yeah.
all of our
Kendall.
favorite cards.
Yeah, every one of our favorite cards. Although, does he also does Kirsten's favorite card, right?
Does he do the Maleficent Dragon one? I don't remember.
No, I think that's Luis Herta.
Oh, Huerta. That is
Huerta.
Luis
Yeah.
Huerta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kendall Hale does follow us on Twitter, so we might have an in, you know.
Yeah.
I think like a Rules of Villainy bucket list is the three of us with Nicholas Cole in a selfie or in a picture or
That'd
whatever.
be cool. Holding our favorite
day.
card.
Goals.
One day,
just
world.
Have him on the
Worlds.
podcast. Have him on
Worlds.
the podcast.
Yes.
We'll see if it's in the
worlds.
budget. I got a wedding to plan. What about you,
We're
Kirsten?
dragging you all to Worlds, Emily included. We're all going.
Oh, she would not refuse to go to Disney World again,
No.
even though we're going in February.
Do it again.
And
Yep.
we buy her a ticket
Play
so
it
that we get
back.
the goodie bag. So that we get the goodie bag. And she'll be like, I don't care about whatever these pieces of cardboard are. And we'll be like, yes, more cards.
Until Jock gets in the game.
It's a Jacques
Dr.
promo at
Figaro.
World.
All right. What's
Yeah.
oh Kirsten.
We got Kirsten.
Sorry.
Yeah. What
Oh
have
gosh,
you?
I don't know.
any idea?
I don't. I'm kind of with Vince that I'm not like caught up on the lore either. So I was kind of just leaning towards green and purple because they're Maleficent's colors,
Sure.
and I don't really know about the items. I was kind of thinking about like some sort of magical dice, like Oogie Boogie's dice, where like
Ooh.
I can never lose a die roll. I just always win a die roll.
So crazy
great.
thing about the die roll, though, I just got to say it reminded me yesterday when we were doing the Chaos 1 through set
Mhm.
draft. In game 3, I was playing Hannah, and we roll the same number. They're like, okay, roll again, same number. Roll again, and she's like, "You're not gonna believe this. Same number." We rolled the same number
No
3
way.
times in a row to figure out who would go first.
That's
in
crazy.
that game. It was wild.
You guys should have gone at the same time.
So.
Just take your turn at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole game. You're just playing at the same
Your
time.
live action, like instant action.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. We got a question from Martin Karp. He asked, what would your hobby be if you didn't play Lorcana? Or in Emily's case, what are some of your hobbies? Like I would go back to collecting or playing video games, for example. And let's start with Andy.
No.
Nope.
Like there is none.
There's nothing.
Lorcana is life. All right. Like there's no. No. I mean, if for some reason Lorcana like disappeared today, you know, just poof, gone. I think I would probably look to try and play other card games intermittently, and then I know that Riot Games is coming out with a TCG. I really like card games at this point because of what Lorcana has got me into. So I think I would try and pursue another card game of some sort. But if Lorcana just never existed, I'd probably still be playing video games. I'm a big fan of League of Legends and other cooperative games. I like the shooter games too, but Kirsten doesn't. Wherever she is on the screen. So yeah, video games or another card game maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you. What about you, Kirsten?
I don't know. I kind of usually just do whatever Andy wants to do.
Aw.
I'm just kidding. I'm the one that got him into League, honestly. He didn't really play it, and then we met, and I got him into it because I played it before he did. But I would probably just end up playing League more. But
sure.
I'm not in line with Andy in the sense that I like all card games. I just like Lorcana. I don't think I would play another card game. I will probably play the League card game to some extent just because I like League. So it has to be like topical for me. So I don't really want to play anything Magic. I don't really want to play whatever else is out there. Boring. Sorry.
There's some Magic sets I want to collect, but I don't want to fall into that hole of playing it.
I don't even want to collect it. It's just like, meh. No.
To be fair, I just like the idea of a card game now. That like I don't have a desire. Like I agree with Kirsten. I would have to I want to like the IP that is behind a card game, in order to play it. But having played Lorcana, it does make me be like, okay, everything can be a card game. Like I like that. That should be a card game too. Like, so card games are fun, especially honestly, if people on the cards.
If we weren't dumping most of our money into Lorcana, I'd probably just be planning more Disney trips than I should.
Yeah,
that is true.
So there's that. That would be my hobby. Disney World.
How about you, Vince? What would you be doing? I see you've been, speaking of these card games, you've been buying another one recently.
Yeah, I would probably dabble a little bit into Star Wars Unlimited. But mostly because Lorcana has been my gateway drug into TCGs, and I really like playing them. And I really like Star Wars, but even if Lorcana were to go away, I probably wouldn't be as invested in Star Wars Unlimited as I am in Lorcana, particularly because, like, just my personal opinion, I don't think the artwork is that great in Star Wars Unlimited. But I like the IP. I like the game's actually kind of fun to play. But no, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that I would probably go back to Lego. The only problem with Lego is that it is like space intensive. So I've been working on this Coliseum for a while. So if you've been, slowly tracking our episodes, you've probably seen the Coliseum slowly get built over time. And so that's been the big project. Yeah, so that's probably what I would do. But with the savings from Lorcana, because I spend an ungodly amount of money on this cardboard game, I would probably travel more. I haven't been doing that as much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But then you mentioned Lego, and I was like, oh, damn, I'd probably buy a lot of Legos, too, if I didn't have Lorcana.
But we can travel for Lorcana, ROV trip to Japan, next year, Worlds 2026, right?
I say that as earlier. How long was it? Like 10 minutes ago, I was like, we're going to Target after this. Which we are doing, by the way.
More packs.
Yeah.
For me, I'm the same with Andy. I've dabbled in video games for a very long time, which is why there's an upcoming Magic set, the Final Fantasy one next June, that has me really excited for the sole purpose of collecting, because I've always liked that IP. I don't see myself ever playing it, but looking at some of the art that they've already released has got me like, okay, that seems fun. I'm a collector at heart. I just collect things. As Emily knows, I have a lot of stuff. The storage unit is like 90% my stuff because our apartment just can't handle it all. But
the things behind me are all yours.
Those are all my statues. Yep. It was the best place in the apartment to put them. Unfortunately, they have to be in Emily's vicinity and not, behind. We could make that work if I want to spend the next week off, trying to move those, but we'll see. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Video games. I used to review movies. I could, find myself getting back into that if I had the time to do it. The biggest problem that I deal with just even Lorcana and any hobby at all is just the amount of time that I have to dedicate to it anymore, right? We're doing all this extracurricular stuff with the game. with just the podcast and planning these events and stuff that, it's hard to even think about anything else. Like I collected comics for a couple years. I did Funkos like you guys, and yeah. And now one of the things for the last couple of years too is we play a lot of board games. Emily and her friends are big into board games, so that would probably be the next venture outside of Lorcana if it was to go away today, because I just don't play as much video games anymore. But board games, I really enjoy a weekend night of getting together with our friends and just playing 2 or 3 of those.
Board games are expensive too.
They are.
There's like a competitive board game scene too, right? Like you can go to tournaments where there's like 50 board games on the list, and like you get a random one and you play it and like you get points, and then I'm pretty sure board games get pretty competitive because we went to that board game bar with Daniel from
Lorcana Fanatics.
Lorcana Fanatics. Thank you. And like Vince is like, we should play this game, and I'm like, how do you know any of these games? They have Uno. Do they have like Monopoly? The board game universe is so vast and like complex, and there are just like so many games that can be so addictively competitive and fun to play.
Yeah,
like mini Lorcanas, basically.
Honestly, I have every time we go to Fortuna or even go to game night, I'm always like looking at the board games. And it takes everything out of me to like not buy something. For one, it's like, who am I gonna play this with? Because it's like y'all like just play Lorcana.
Hold on.
I am for board games with you, sir.
I am 100% in favor of like doing more nights at that puzzle bar plate, like pieces. I love that place.
Pieces.
I love that like idea of going there and just hanging out for a couple of hours. Grabbing a snack. The amount of games
we own, we don't need to pay for them. We can just.
But even then, you don't even really pay for it if you just buy a couple of drinks, and it's really just about the space availability of being able to.
Board game nights are a good idea. I'm in favor of that.
I'm down.
We need to book another one of those.
Vince has the problem even worse than we do, because she finds a game and goes, "We should get this," and I'm like, 3 to 7 players. We don't know a third person in our life. They just don't exist. Vince is like 2 to 4 players. He walks away sad. Like,
can I teach my cat to play this game? Honestly, it's really bad because I have a friend that lives close to me and stuff, and she's into board games, but like I have to be very careful about what board games I get, because like sometimes they can be like too complicated and stuff, because we're like dealing in a realm of like where people think of board games and it's like, oh, Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
And stuff, and it's like, so I bring like Villainous over, and it's like, so Disney, this will be fun. It's like, she's like, I don't get this game, and it's like, okay,
that's my mom.
I have a problem with Kirsten's family.
Yeah, like
with her whole family,
board games, but like it has to be like more traditional, simpler board games. They can't be these like more complex board games that they've never heard of,
and
like
strategy.
Like
my Prince John counters your Ursula. We're definitely,
yeah. So
I was going to bring up Villainous too when you talked about the competitiveness of board games. Andy, was that at these DLCs for Lorcana, Ravensburger hosts Villainous tournaments for the people interested in that, and I'd be curious to check it out. I don't play enough Villainous to know what the meta, what the best cards are. I've heard that the Queen is completely overpowered, but
after we get our Worlds invite for next year,
right,
and we're just going to DLCs for fun, to have fun, we'll spend like a weekend and we'll just dive into the metagame of Villainous, and the rules of villainy will become villainous at Villainous.
As we should.
Rules of Villainy take over Villainous.
I tell you though, the game I really want to get to the table at some point, but it requires a ton of people. It's called Blood on the Clock Tower. I got to show you this because this game is huge.
You've mentioned it before.
Oh, is this the game? Yeah.
Wow.
Portfolio. And it's like you ever play like a Werewolf or Mafia?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So like that, but significantly more fun and a lot more like competitive.
See, I'm just saying, we just need to book a night, have game night. We'll play that. Done.
So for our more Gen Z, Gen Alpha, like the younger audience here, those games, it's Among Us. It's basically Among Us in a board game. Okay. Anyway, continue on, like what you were saying.
I would hope some folks in the youngins, if you will, would know what werewolf is at least. You know, I think you gotta.
I mean, I played the game when I was like in Boy Scout camp and when I was younger and stuff, and we would like do those kinds of things. But once like the internet existed, we didn't really need to like make up our own games anymore. And then, so I think now most people who know of the game either played it when they were a kid or have played like a more modern adaptation, a board game version, if you will, Among Us, if you will.
Didn't we play it at Pieces?
What's that?
Werewolf.
I think we thought about it.
I don't know.
We did not play that.
No. We played it with Slash's group on their birthday.
Yeah.
My bad. I confused my private room at Pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a category of gaming called social deduction, and I love social deduction games. That's
what the game we played was probably in, right? Because it was more about like lying and cheating, whatever it was.
It was a social deduction game. Yeah.
Yep.
That was fun, and I was terrible at it.
You get better at it as you do it. And stuff.
Are you sure? Because I think I got worse, and I just won accidentally that one time.
Right on. What about you, Em? I know you don't play Lorcana. What are some of your hobbies?
I do not play Lorcana. No. I love board games, as you said. Yet I have stipulations. Let's see. Yeah, definitely board games for sure. That's something my friends and I have been really loving for a long time. It's hard now because we, my friends have kids and we're all adults, and so sometimes getting a board game night together is hard. We also have an odd number of people. Like a lot of times we have like 5 people, so the 2 to 4 games is really hard to play, and then we just end up not playing the game. But definitely board games. I do read. And then lately I have been getting into pin collecting for Disney packs. So that's been a expensive venture as well. But I definitely only buy them when I have a coupon. So I'm trying to at least be a little economical about something that's extremely expensive. But
always has a coupon, right, Brad? She always
Box lunch always has sales.
Yep. That's what she does. That's what Kirsten does as well. She's like, but it's on sale. I'm like, it's never not on sale. That doesn't work.
These are my coupons.
The box lunch money.
Yeah. And let's see. Oh, I play my one video game really is I play Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I do play that video game.
I need to get a new computer, and then we can be friends and we can play it, because I also really want to play it.
You would be blown away by the things that she does on that game. Like I'm constantly in awe when she's showing me the stuff that she builds or what's in the store that she's saving up to get, and then she has these photo competitions where people vote, and she often just gets voted up to win Moonstone prizing so she can buy more stuff, and it's really
cycle.
Cool. She's really creative.
I like the creative part of it, and then I have like groups online that you see other people's like their snaps, a dream snap submission, and I'm like, oh my god, how many hours did you spend on that? I don't ask because I know the answer. It's a lot. Yeah. So Disney Dreamlight Valley is definitely something that takes up a lot of my time, and I won't admit how many hours I've played.
I was this close that we were at the store today, and I was like, "Can I have $1,000?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "But we could get a new computer."
You didn't say it was for me.
Dreamlight Valley.
I thought you meant for you.
You get my hand-me-down.
That's not this.
Which isn't that bad. I just built this computer like a couple months ago because mine isn't doing.
Built it? You like just shoved a couple new parts in there and called it a day, bro.
That's building it.
Wow. I would classify that as upgrading it.
I always give the hand-me-down.
All new components. No shared components whatsoever. And I bought all the components individually. and
I mean,
I at the very least assembled it. Okay, I didn't build them from scratch. We're not smelding silicone over here, but
All right, next question.
Well, I wanted to follow up with Martin Karp's question about the hobbies. Emily has a TikTok, the Woman of the Mouse, where she opens those pins that she mentioned. I thought it'd be a good segue. We bought something at Target. If you wanted to give everybody an example of the kind of content you create right now.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought this was very appropriate. We were at Target and I saw these villain bag clips. So the options are we have 7 different fiends to collect, not friends, fiends. Let's see. We have Hades, Ursula, Scar, which is I had Brad pick out which one he wants, and he which box he thought had Scar because he really wanted the Scar. So we'll see. We have Maleficent, and then we have Iridescent Maleficent, which is a mouthful to say. And I think Cruella, and the Evil Queen. So, all right.
They even have
You guys ready?
enchantments, basically.
Yeah.
That's
You're
right. Yeah.
Maleficent. Sorry, Brad. I know you want the Scar, but I want her to pull the Maleficent just for my sake.
that's why Maleficent Dragon wasn't enchanted. It was already an iridescent in the bag clips.
Yeah.
And so
that's BS.
That's true.
It should have been enchanted. Get out of here.
All right.
It should have.
All right, here we go. 3.
Oh, it's not even in a
2,
bag.
1.
Oh, no way!
It is the Scar.
Let's go!
Wow.
Wow.
My boy.
If only you were that were good at determining what packs had enchanted.
I
It's
know,
funny that you
right?
mentioned that, Vince, because I bought a
his
single
little
pack
legs move.
at
That's so cute.
Kirkwood today.
I
He
love it.
runs.
That's so
That's
cute.
so cute.
Great
I
job,
love
babe.
it.
But yeah, if you want to find her, where she opens up a bunch of pins on her TikTok, it's Woman of the Mouse, and I'll have a link
Woman
in
of
the
the
description
Mouse.
below. Woman of the Mouse.
I am shamefully addicted to your TikTok.
Aw.
Thank you. Yeah, Brad told me that, and I was just like, I'm an influencer.
Yeah,
And
doing it right.
and
You're doing it right.
I'm not. I'm not an influencer, but
Are you sure? Because
I
you
enjoy
shared one of your Disney shop people that you buy from, and I totally didn't even ooh, Emily shared this shop she buys from at the Disney outlet store. I'm gonna need to follow them so you buy stuff.
I don't though, because every week when she drops things she's buying, I'm just like, this sweater.
I know that's that one. Okay, because I think that was the one that I saw, and I'm like, oh, those ears are only $5. I don't even like.
Yeah,
I can't even wear the ears. They hurt my head.
Yeah, and yeah, she's great. Sharon's Disney outlet shopping.
Yep,
She's great.
I follow her.
Anyway, good.
What did the segue off Vince there talking about packs? Target had one single Azurite C pack, so I decided to pick that up along with that bag clip that Emily did. And I was going to open it and see if I could be just as lucky. Not knowing, I mean, I did know that Scar was in that box because I'm just that good.
You're just that good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different with these packs.
The mayor vibes.
I'm just gonna go straight to the back, the Andy style, and see what we get here. You guys ready?
That's my style.
Ooh, it's an not enchanted. I'm sorry. It's a shiny.
Wow.
It's a shiny rare Rafiki. Sorry, I slipped there.
Someone clickbaited the audience there. It's an enchanted.
I meant foil.
Oh wow,
I'm
it's
so sorry.
enchanted.
I would not have been that.
Yeah,
so
he was too casual.
Oh, it's just an enchanted.
What were in the
rares
one?
were the Kakamura and the Pooh pirate ship, which Andy loves. That I'm running in my Pooh pirate deck.
Yeah, that's a Brad pack for sure. Double pirates.
Yep. All right. All right. Thanks again to Martin for submitting that question. We're going on to our next question, again from Steven from before, with a few more questions. He added on, when is your next trip to a Disney park? We got ours in February. Oh, you're going to Worlds.
Once they release a date.
And hopefully Worlds and potentially, I'll just say potentially North American Continentals. Just let's see if we can get a ticket or something. And I'll be there.
Fingers crossed. Gotta represent. We gotta have somebody there for us.
But if not, I'll definitely be at Worlds for sure.
We do have at least one teammate.
Reckless. Yeah, Ron's gonna be there.
Ron will be there. LCQ champ.
Let's go.
Continental champ. Worlds invitee.
Do we have and also not a Rules of Villainy team member, but certainly an honorary priest with Justin Ward.
Yep.
And
guest
then,
of the podcast, friend of the podcast, for
friend
sure.
Friend of the pod.
Going to Continentals with his invite.
Who else is?
We found out on Saturday.
Craig is going.
Craig, one of the best, if not the best, sealed and limited player in all of St. Louis. Craig will be representing at the LCQ.
He was tough on Saturday too. Our games were close. I should tell this story real quick. I could wait till next week. I got Mr. Big out, where he can't do anything to Mr. Big unless with 2 strength or higher characters, right? And I eliminated his Mim Elephant with a brawl. I reduced his strength, painted the roses red, brawled the elephant, so he can't move that damage, which saved my butt. But then the rest of the game, he had Bellwether on the board, so every time he inked, he made Mr. Big reckless. So he sat on the board the entire game, because I always got out of having the challenge with him. But he never let me quest with Mr. Big, and it was so frustrating. But that's how good of a player Craig is too, was to shut that threat down so effectively. And I told him the entire time, like, this is impressive. I feel so helpless with this character on this board right now, because you just have a counter to it every time.
The only reason I won my games against Craig was because he was winning and he had a hand later in the game, and I was able to play Lucifer and make him discard both cards. I got him both games. I played a Lucifer, and he had to discard both cards in his hand.
Oof.
And both cards were very good. And that was a key moment. And I was like, if it wasn't for that, I was all downhill for sure.
That's just bad luck.
I also just want to say Craig too is super generous. So everybody got a pack for attending for Azurite Sea. So it's a chaos draft. So you got a pack for attending in Azurite Sea, and then you got a pack per win. And so he did get 1 win. He gave both of his packs to another player at the event.
Aww.
Yeah, so it's just super generous of him to do.
Craig's always so nice.
Love Craig so much.
Great.
I'm bummed. He used to come every Wednesday to League Night at Fortuna, but he can
schedule doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
If you host a limited event, though, Craig will be there.
Absolutely.
Sure.
He champions the limited events, the drafts every Saturday morning at the collector store. Like, he's the guy. Like, hey,
I miss those.
Hoping you guys can miss it. You can make it up. And there's days
I have to go one of these days again.
One of these days. Another question from Steven. Have you guys? This is more of a Lorcana question. Sorry, Emily. Have you guys settled on a set champs deck yet?
No,
absolutely not.
Yeah,
no.
I have no idea. I should run Blur.
Honestly, you don't need to either, because January 5th, 2 weekends before your first set champs will be coming out, you can tune in here to the Rules of Villainy YouTube and watch some of the highest quality gameplay from this set that you will see anywhere on the internet. Guaranteed. Rules
or
of
your
Villainy,
money back.
January 5th. Yeah, it's free, so
100% villainous time guaranteed.
yes.
There you go.
So stay tuned in and join us for that, and you'll get lots of awesome content. I think if set champs were like this weekend, which in fact I do have a decent tournament that I am going to this weekend, to try and win some of those banners. From the stores. I was second place last week. I lost my one game. I bricked more in that game than I've ever bricked in any game ever in my entire career of Lorcana. I couldn't ink for literally 4 turns in a row. I drew a card, and I have like 11 uninkables. I had an incredibly low amount. I had 8 of them in my hand.
Sheesh.
I was incredibly frustrated. But
that's what happened to Kirsten and Sealed.
Trying again this weekend, if it was set champs or for this tournament. I do still really like Ruby Amethyst. I think I might try and make that work, although I do need a lot of testing against Kirsten, and I believe what will be her deck that she would say she's going to play.
I need to do my testing.
But what are you looking at for this weekend?
I'm probably going to try and spice it out with the mines.
Mines are
a
oppressive.
Steel Song, Dwarven Mine sort of package. It's an aggro, low to the ground. Was it 4 costs is like the highest it's got.
4 or 5, yeah, at most. But I don't know. It's fun.
It's not bad.
I'm having fun with it. I like it's a combo deck. Thank you very much. It's not an aggro deck. I like the combos that come with it.
It's an aggro deck, but okay.
I'm just having fun at this point.
With all your happies and docks and everything. You get basically a free Storm Rage on or a 1-cost Storm Rage on by moving them over to that.
Just different options. I can still go fast and keep up with the other faster decks that I think are very prevalent in this meta. And I don't know. I feel like it's a decent contender to surprise people and take them off their guard, because I'm assuming most people would assume that I'm probably playing Ruby Amethyst or something green at this point. So I'm gonna walk in there with my mind, and I'm gonna ruin their day.
And it's Amber, so you got Emily on your side too.
Let's go.
Well, this kind of goes really well into the next question. Yes.
Do you play your intended set champs deck at League or test in secret?
I am for one, I really enjoy making this content. So we live streamed some of our testing the other day, and I actually really enjoyed that. So I think we're going to continue doing stuff like that and live streaming our testing. I understand the importance of testing in limited groups and in secret. But I think that really only brings value and has scale at larger events. The most recent Lorcana episode, they talked a lot. Both Frank Kirsten and Moyen talked a whole lot about their prep and the people they prepped with, and the spreadsheets they made and the expected meta games and the percent chance to win these various matchups. And Moyen talked about how he kept his deck list secret, all this and everything. And for a continental event where there's 100 people, there's all kinds of scouting. That makes sense.
I'll just say, Moyen saying that he's been keeping his deck list secret was not super secret.
Well, he was testing Emerald Steel, so he was keeping that secret. And then he said at the last minute he switched to Ruby Sapphire, which he did point out the irony of how he sat down and everyone's like, "Oh, you're probably playing Ruby Sapphire," and he's like, "But I wasn't yesterday."
Well, I mean, that's what matters is today. I will just say, as much as we mentioned Lorcana, we should get a sponsorship kickback.
Yeah, we should. Honestly, it's good content. I like shouting out good content.
I agree. I'm a big fan of them. I can't test in secret because Cassian, my cat, not the greatest Lorcana player. Unfortunately, I do try
a few times though.
But those are children, so I do beat cats.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the children.
Right. Okay, you can beat the cat. Okay.
But well, I mean, I honestly, he probably would be able to beat me if he knew how to play. If I could actually teach him, and he had opposable thumbs. You never know how that game could go. But so no, I mostly play at League. I will say it would be nice, and I think we've talked a little bit about it, a little behind the scenes of Rules of Villainy is more of a structured team approach to get more in-depth practice in, particularly what I think would be useful in the future, especially for these bigger tournaments, is for more somebody watching you play and being like, hey, why are you making that decision? Why are you inking that card? And we don't do a ton of that right now. And I think probably as we prepare for things the DLCs in 2025, we probably will do more of that. Because that's one of the real struggles, I think, that makes Lorcana somewhat of a challenging game, is that you can lose the game and not understand why you lost because you inked the wrong card, you played the wrong card, you altered incorrectly for the match, and there's no feedback. It's not like I run Maui Hero to All into an evasive character and made a mistake that way, where you're like, okay, well, I just misplayed, and you get that instant feedback. It's you could totally lose the game in your alter, or you could make a decision to ink a card that requires that has effects later on down in the game, and having somebody there being like, hey, why are you making this decision? Or, then being able to rewind the game to play it in a different way. Like, okay, this is the way I did it. Let me rewind the game and play it this way instead. Gives you a lot more, insights into your decision making. And honestly, that's really how a lot of the high end players play the game. That's what they do. They, will sit on a Zoom call or they'll do it in person and they'll basically live commentate like, why are you making, and question your decision making structure. And so I think that's something we do, but I don't think we'll ever be super secret about it because, we're here for the content and for the, helping folks also do better. So, I think there's not going to be a lot of secrets here.
I think there's a big difference between private and secret.
Yeah.
Right. I don't, private at home testing is very, very valuable. Or, whether it's over webcam, whether it's through some other tool, or whether it's in person, like, Kirsten and I have the opportunity to do, that is very, very valuable testing. And honestly, if you're only getting your testing by playing at your LGS every week, that is probably not enough. And I think what Vince is talking about, and a lot of other things we've talked about here, is what I think falls in the category of focused practice, which is whether it's someone sitting over your shoulder, like this sort of 2v2, right? One person's playing, it's really two people playing against two other people where they're talking about all their decisions back and forth, or these sort of scripted hands where you say, how do I handle these first 5 turns, etc. Focus practice, great. Private practice, great. Yeah. You don't really need to keep it a secret, though. It's just at champs. Like, go have fun, play with your friends.
Absolutely.
One of the things that stood out to me on, was it Thursday, when Zan played Artabax, was they were on the commentary. One of the guys said that Artabax, his deck had the Ursula Deceiver in it, which didn't really fit in his deck. But it was only there since it was open deck lists, it was there to deceive the other team, the opponent, into thinking, ultimately, I forget exactly how it was worded. Yeah, I forget exactly how they worded it. No, the Deceiver, the 2-drop. I'm pretty sure.
He has 4 of them in that list.
I know, but what they said, and maybe I shouldn't have brought it up because I don't know clearly what they meant, but whoever was streaming it was stating that Artabax said that was thrown in because he knew it was open deck lists, but like 100% of the time that card was always ink. So I think it was to the mind games of having that card in the list, so they knew to alter away from it. Get rid of your songs and all this stuff. So it, that extra level of thought that went into it. And I was like, that is fascinating, because I don't think of the game in that capacity of I'm not going to throw cards in there. I mean, I get it.
I'll just say this much.
It was open deck list, but that's a lot.
I'll just say this much, and I don't want to dive too deep into the thing. Is you really shouldn't be playing more than 60 cards. And I know I've violated that rule in the past.
We all have.
But those 60 cards are precious, and having 4 cards in there that you're just using to mind game your opponent, probably not the best.
I think he was being I think that was an added benefit to it. I really don't think those cards are in that list just for the mind game.
As soon as I start talking about it, I'm I don't know what I'm talking about. I should just...
Anyway, next question.
You can actually probably combine these next 2 into one question.
Yeah, we're going to do this one really quickly, as we got a few more and some other content we want to get to. Steven also asked, how much does card availability and price affect your deck building, and do you do much trading? For me,
none.
It's mostly none, mostly because... I don't like asking for things, but I know Andy and Kirsten are very generous. Our whole team is very generous in letting you try out cards if you're doing it in person. But a lot of the times I'll put together decks on Dreamborn or something and be like, does this work? In some capacity, and then if I really think I need that card, I'll get it in some way. But I don't. It doesn't make my decision of I shouldn't play this card because I don't have enough of them. I have access to them, so.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're very fortunate in that we can buy as much product as we want, really, and we generally do so. So we try to kind of get generally 8 copies of each card in general, just so we can have 2 play sets. So we have no problem getting a plethora of every single card for the most part, and really enjoy sharing that with other people, so it gets out of my house and I don't have to organize it.
I also want to point this out that like you, no matter who you are, should not let card availability and price affect your deck building either. Every LGS is different, so you want to talk to the owners and the people that play there and make sure you understand the rules about things like proxy cards or play testing cards. But in these private playtesting groups, we saw it in the LC3 events where Moyen, one of the best players in the world, is using a card that just has the word befuddle written on it with Sharpie.
He just couldn't find him.
Because he couldn't find his befuddle. Whether you can't afford it at the moment or you can't afford to buy all the cards so you can test and all these things, there are plenty of ways for you to test out whether the deck you want is the right for you with playtester cards, with things like, with some of the online tools that they have. So test out what you want with your friends, and then you generally, I think we're really I'm very thankful that Lorcana, if we wanted to, is relatively affordable. You can find a lot of the cards you need for not too much money for most of the decks and go and compete at a DLC for a very reasonable price.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Andy, but also, support the game and support your local LGS and getting product. Otherwise the game won't survive if you're
right. Well, this is if you can't afford it, right? If you really can't afford to be buying all this product,
I understand what
it shouldn't
you're saying.
turn you away from the game.
But ultimately, like, no, again, for me, I buy so much of this game. Honestly, I haven't bought as much Azurite Sea, which is kind of surprising. So I've kind of reeled in just a little bit. As far as trading, I don't do a ton of trading, but mostly because I think that a lot of people that do trading are trading for things like enchantments and, want things. So, I know Heather particularly trades a lot of her enchantments with you, Andy and Kirsten.
I love trading.
Those
I love
things,
getting the cards in the hands of people who want.
I don't, because I personally mostly like to keep the enchantments, although I've traded a few enchantments for other enchantments and some other cards. So I do some of that, but I haven't done as much of the trading, just because I'm trying to get a play set of the key cards, and but yeah, I think it's fun part of the game.
All right, thank you, Steven. Our next question is from BR Guest Lorcana. Andy, what's in the box?
I don't know.
Kirsten, what's in the box?
Presents.
All right, Vince, what's in the box?
You don't want to know.
Oh God, Emily, what's in the box?
Can I give a real answer? I thought this was a children's friendly show.
I think me and Vince were mentally thinking of the same thing.
All right.
Just gonna say that movie is traumatizing.
Yes. Good movie. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Fincher. Absolutely a great movie. Yep. Great director too. But
love Fincher. Quick thoughts on this is from B224 on Twitter. He asked, thoughts on special holiday Lorcana sets products with seasonal alt arts of existing cards. So we've talked about that quite a bit on the podcast with Halloween ideas and such. What do you guys think about like a Christmas set with holiday themed?
I think it's a great idea.
I would love it.
Print money, right?
I mean,
we would all just eat it up.
Take my money.
Yeah,
take it.
Just take.
My wallet would hate it.
Yeah,
my bank account would hate it. But I would love it.
5, put Santa hats on them. That's all you got to do.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Would Emily buy a holiday themed Lorcana set?
Maybe. Yep. I would probably buy one for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's too kind. Open one on a TikTok, right? That's
that's right. I do. That's the at this current state in time. That's what I like is opening packs with Brett because it's fun and you get that little rush. And I'm really good at them because I always get good cards.
So really lucky.
She pulled my Morph. She pulled my Jasmine. She
Crazy.
pulled the Gadget. The very first pack of Azurite C from our box was Gadget, and she opened it. It's incredible.
Sorry.
She's
I'm just gonna start
I'm
sending
just
all of our
happy.
product to you to have Emily open it, and then I'm expecting every single pack she touches. I'm just gonna get like every enchanted.
Well, you open enchants pretty well, though.
That's true.
Yeah, Kirsten.
set 3. Set 3. You guys just cleaned house. Enchanted
this
almost
set,
like
too.
every other.
We
pack
got a lot in
set
this
too.
set as well.
Woof.
Yeah.
And we weren't due apparently.
Ooh.
We just buy a lot,
Moving
okay?
You know what?
This is up to 2 now.
Next
Vince
question.
says,
Captain
shove it. He's up to
Inkwells.
2 now.
Captain Inkswell, Steven from our Discord asks, what is your Mount Rushmore of Disney movies? You can only pick one movie from each studio. You have Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, and Disney. And he later alluded to that the Lucasfilm and Marvel even though they're acquisitions, you can use the past movies. So like the original Iron Man and such, Iron Man 2 and all those were before the acquisition was entirely complete.
I
Can
would
we
like
make
to
the
object.
Rushmore just Disney and Pixar? And
No, I had a discussion
He made
with this listener
stipulation.
here, and
Okay.
I understand their point. They were trying to make it difficult, but I will protest this question, given that especially when we talk about your Mount Rushmore of Disney movies, if we are including movies that were created entirely before Disney was ever involved at all with these studios, that feels really hard to put them on a Mount Rushmore of Disney. Do we like put King George on the Mount Rushmore of the United States? Because like he was,
You know what, Andy? I don't need the contrarianness. I just need an answer.
okay. The answer
right,
is not
that's
going
what
to
he
include anything from Marvel or Lucasfilms, though. And if they do, it would only be after Disney fully owned them and fully produced those creations.
Okay.
But I think for me, it would probably be Emperor's New Groove. We'd probably see Monsters Inc. on there, Toy Story, and I want to say Aladdin would probably go
So
on
you're
there.
doing 2 Pixars.
So yeah, there would be 2
Pixar and
Pixars.
two
and
You're
two
not
Disney.
Disneys.
following the thing. Yeah. Okay.
Of course,
Yeah,
I'm not following the thing.
He's just deciding. He's just saying to this listener, "I don't care about your question. I don't care that you listen.
I don't
to our
care about the
podcast.
No, I
rules.
talked with the
So I'm
listener and
not
they said
going
they
to
understand
answer the
my
question.
point as
It's
well.
fine. I totally get it, Andy.
You want me to put
totally
original
understand.
Star Wars from 1977 on a Disney Mount Rushmore? Cool.
I'm just going to
Put
say
the
that's
Sony
fine.
Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire on a Mount Rushmore for Disney? Awesome. Let's throw him on there. Tobey
All right.
Maguire's
Doesn't own that.
face
All right,
right next to...
Kirsten,
Disney doesn't own that.
your answer.
I don't want to cause chaos because I'm not gonna have a Lucasfilm and Marvel either because I don't know the
Okay,
last.
because you're Kirsten. You can do it.
Well,
Okay.
okay, so obviously it's Maleficent.
I
She's
am
gonna be
disappointed
up there front and center. Like the other 3 could be a little bit behind, in fact, just like in the background. But yeah,
Right.
Cusco. We'll do Sully from Monsters Inc.
Sure.
It's my favorite. And oh boy, a third one.
I
Gosh.
had to pick the character? I
didn't know. I was just doing
genie.
movies, but
Well,
Genie
at
from
first,
Aladdin?
it's like you make one head. It's
Sure.
a Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore.
I picked characters.
All right.
I'm
all right.
picking characters, so like those are my
Mhm.
4. Sorry.
That's great.
I don't like Star Wars and I don't like Marvel. DC's
Right.
better. Don't come at me. Bye.
Wow, Brad, you want to answer?
Yeah. I would do if I had to go within the confines of the way the question was asked. I would do.
You don't have to. Be your own
Brad.
person, Brad.
I'm going
Hush.
to.
Let him answer.
I'm gonna have to do. So if we're doing characters, I'm gonna have to do Iron Man because he was the face of the entire Avengers initiative there. Lucasfilm, I mean, it has to be Darth Vader, right? Pixar's tough. My heart is with Wall-E, but I feel like it has to be Woody. And
Mike
then,
Wazowski.
and then Disney as a whole. Let's see. I did 3 guys. Disney has to be Ariel.
Okay. All right.
How about you, Emily?
But what were
Okay.
what films were they based on, though? I'm curious.
You
Did
don't know
have
what films Ariel and Woody and
No, he was saying Darth Vader, though. He's saying Darth Vader.
Originals. The other ones were all bad.
I would just that was based on characters.
Okay.
If I did movies, if you want me to do movies, Marvel, I would probably do the
question was movies.
Yeah, I would do the original Avengers because that was Disney's first actual Marvel movie. Lucasfilm would have to be, if we do it current Disney owned, probably Rogue One. If we do all of Lucasfilm, probably Raiders. Pixar would be Pixar for me. In my heart is Wall-E. And then Disney as a whole is still probably got to be The Little Mermaid. It's
not Lion King.
I didn't even think of Indiana Jones, to be honest with you, which is so
because it's not a Disney movie.
The new ones are.
Yeah, the new ones are.
But
there's new ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Disney, like my heart's of Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin, all that. But I think as a Mount Rushmore for Disney as a whole, I think Ariel is probably
it's your Mount Rushmore, though.
Okay,
you're not being hired.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's whatever he wants to pick. He sounds like he's trying to pick for
Andy.
You're right. You're right. Right. You're right. Let's put. I guess I have to put Belle there then. Okay. And then if I'm doing it by movies. So
all right.
Yeah, Emily.
Okay, I think I just changed because is technically I feel like the Muppets are under the Lucasfilm umbrella, correct? Okay, cool. All right, so for Pixar I would do Sully.
Nice.
And then for Marvel I would do Blade because he saved Marvel. So, and who doesn't love Blade? That's, on a mountain, that'd be great. And then, so I did originally pick Indiana Jones for my I almost said Lucas Oil. Sorry, I lived in Indianapolis for too many years. For Lucasfilms, I had Indiana Jones, but I love the Muppets. And since it is a holiday time, I was thinking of the Muppet Christmas Carol, which is the GOAT of all Christmas carols and also just Christmas movies in general. So probably like a Christmas Beaker because I think Beaker is an underrated Muppet. And then for Disney, I would say Snow White. She's the original princess.
Nice. I like it.
What about you, Vince?
Yeah. So movies, we'll do Disney Beauty and the Beast, and I would choose the Beast. And then for Pixar, probably Ratatouille, and it would be the rat.
Remy.
And then for Marvel, I think I have to say Iron Man, the movie and the character, just because quintessentially was one of the best comic book movies I had seen in theaters because they've always been kind of underwhelming, really.
It's a good movie.
And then for Star Wars, I'm about to get our entire podcast canceled because I would say Luke Skywalker from The Last
Jedi, baby. Let's go.
Because that is my favorite. Luke's it's my favorite movie, quintessential movie. I love that movie. I love Rian Johnson though. Yep. And the hate that movie gets is not deserved. Not at all.
Because people didn't understand Luke Skywalker and they wanted him to be all badass, flinging lightsabers or whatever, and that's not the Jedi way. Rian Johnson understood what it takes to be a Jedi, and Luke Skywalker demonstrated it in that movie.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. Honestly, I will just say this is the moment that Brad and I became really good friends, instantly. So we were driving back from Chicago from the DLC, and we were talking about Star Wars. And I don't know how it came up, but he asked me, it's so what's your favorite? And I was like, oh, do I say? Because it's such a polarizing opinion. And I was like, The Last Jedi, and he was like, yes, and I was like, yes, it's awesome.
You're not used to that reaction.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm sure we'll get hate comments for it. Is like
bring them. I will defend that movie. There are parts of the movie that I agree are not great. Basically, the entire Finn arc, but Luke Skywalker was not handled poorly, and that I will defend that to the day I die.
All right. So let's skip the last question right now and do the trivia.
Okay.
And then we can say that last question as our outro.
Cool.
All right.
Also,
Kirsten,
Brad, you should
I
probably
believe,
close
has
your door.
prepared us for some trivia.
I thought we were doing the one last question.
We're doing the trivia.
As
then
the
the question.
outro. I see.
Doing,
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand now. All right. So yes, I put together like 8 questions just for a fun, quick Disney Christmas trivia special where everything's made up and the points don't matter, so it doesn't matter really. So, question number 1, and it's kind of like, I guess, whoever wants to like
it out.
Yeah, just like buzz, just
Make
figure
your
it
name
out.
the
It's
buzzer.
fine.
Yeah.
Sure,
Say your name as the buzzer, and whatever Kirsten hears first.
Sure, yeah. So just, shout your answer whenever you figure it out. But hopefully I made these a little harder. So, whatever. We'll figure it out. Again, the points don't matter.
Okay.
Everything's made up. Okay, so question 1. What Disney movie has a story about wishing every day could be Christmas?
Wish.
Every day could be Christmas.
It's like the main plot of the movie.
Oh boy, I made things too hard. Oh boy, I made it too hard.
Is it Nightmare Before Christmas?
Nope.
Is it Toy Story?
Nope. It's a Christmas movie.
Wishing
Christmas
every day
Carol.
could be Christmas?
Yeah.
Is it a Disney Christmas movie?
Yes. Technically, it's a movie, and the movie is comprised of 3 shorts. But it is theoretically still a movie.
I don't know.
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Oh.
So it's where like Huey, Dewey, Louie wish that it was Christmas every day, and they wake up and every day it's the same Christmas over and over again until they get really tired of it, and then they learn the true meaning of Christmas, and then it's no longer Christmas.
It's a Disney Groundhog Day, basically.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Well, hopefully we'll figure this out because I might have made this too hard, but we'll see.
No, we got this.
We got it. Somebody's gonna get some points.
What's the warm up?
So question 2, what happens to the Christmas letter in the movie Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Christmas? Or Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. Sorry.
It gets blown away in the wind.
Yes.
Flies away.
Yeah, let's go.
I have to chase it.
Yeah, that's true. It blows. The wind blows it away.
She's watched that movie like 10 times. Since like
this week,
the beginning, since Halloween ended, and she's watched it so many times.
All right, question 3.
I've seen the whole movie just by walking in the room randomly.
That's probably true. In which Disney Christmas film do the toys march into Santa's sack?
Toy Story.
No,
that's not right. That's not right.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Into Santa's sack? Is there a movie with Santa in it? It's probably Mickey playing Santa.
The toys.
Honestly,
It's
Disney's
old. It's old. It's old.
Disney's kind of weak on the Christmas movies, in my opinion. They need a real Christmas banger like Elf.
I think that there are plenty of good ones.
I got nothing.
Santa's Workshop.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was not gonna get that.
Not gonna get there.
Well, hopefully a question hopefully I gave a little hint earlier. But we'll see. For this next question, which Disney film is broken into 5 short films?
Mickey's Christmas Story Part 2.
It's really close. Very Merry Christmas
Carol?
or Very Mickey Christmas.
No.
Mickey Christmas Carol?
I made this too hard.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't know as much about the
Disney ones specifically.
Disney Christmas specials.
Well, you're missing out. Okay,
like
you should have come
them.
prepared. That's not true. There's more than 2. This one is
I would have been like,
Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas.
Ah!
Instead of Once Upon a Christmas, it's Twice Upon a Christmas.
Straight to
Came out
DVD.
like 10 years later, something like that.
I feel like some of these never made it out of the vault once they were seen.
Probably not. They're on Disney Plus though, so feel free to go and watch them. You know, it's fine.
This episode's sponsored by Disney Plus.
well, maybe, hopefully, Emily will get this one because it's Muppets. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's the right Muppets. All right. Question 5. Who messes up the Christmas card delivery in the movie A Muppet's Christmas Letters to Santa?
Who messes up
If
the
it was a Muppet Christmas Carol, she would know it like that.
What is that movie?
Yeah.
I think this is the first time any of us are learning that there's a second Muppet Christmas movie.
This one I had to look up. Sorry, I had to get it. I had to find a question for Muppet.
See who would mess it up.
Gonzo.
That's right. Brad got it right. Brad got it first. Wow. Gonzo.
That's awesome.
And he doesn't mess it up once he messes up 3 times. He loses it 3 times.
Classic Gonzo.
All right. So hopefully...
Let the record show that I said it first.
You did see it. You did say it first. All right. Question 6. In Mickey's Christmas Carol, hopefully everybody's seen at least that one. That one's generic. What does Scrooge initially give to the poor? There's the 2 guys that come by the shop to ask for donations for the poor. What does he give them?
Nothing.
No.
All.
No.
Socks.
Mm-mm.
He gives him like advice, basically.
A business card.
It's a wreath. It's a wreath because shortly before that, his nephew Fred came by to give him a Christmas wreath and invite him to Christmas dinner. But he didn't want it, so instead he just gave it to them instead because they asked for donations.
Bah humbug.
That's right. That's
okay. There's only 2 more to go, so the torture's almost over.
2 more failures. Yay.
In the Disney short from 1952, Pluto's Christmas Tree, what does Pluto find in the Christmas tree?
A pickle.
Bone.
A squirrel.
Close.
Dog food.
Now. Popcorn.
An animal. A raccoon.
It's close. I mean, it's an animal.
Donald Duck. A bird.
A cat.
Chippendale.
Oh, that's a good one. That makes sense too.
Yeah. All right.
Can't
so
believe we
last
chopped down Chippendale's home.
They do. Mickey chops down the tree. All right.
Deforestation.
Last question. So in Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, what was the name of Forte, the villain in the movie, his sidekick's name? And the bonus point if you can name the voice actor.
I didn't even know that there was a Beauty and the Beast.
You lost me at Beauty and the Beast Christmas special, and then the villain, and then his sidekick, and then his voice actor.
I told you I made this too hard.
I can only assume the voice actor is Jim Cummings because he does most of the voices, like Winnie the Pooh and all of them, right? He does Tigger and... No? Is it, who's the other guy? Who's the more modern guy that does not Tuck Tuck, Hey Hey?
Alan Tudyk.
It's Alan.
Yeah,
Tudyk.
him.
You're not going to get it. It's fine.
Okay.
I made it too hard.
Jeremy Irons. Who was it?
Willem Dafoe.
Okay. So the sidekick's name is Fife.
Fife, okay.
Is his name. And it's Paul Rubens. Pee-wee Herman.
Pee-wee!
Pee-wee Herman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It is a really cute movie, though. It's worth watching.
Yeah. I will take your word for it.
We watched it last Christmas Eve. It's cute.
Well, me and Brad tie.
Is it
1 point each?
I got 5 points.
I said I made it. After the first one,
I got 0.
This is real bad.
She said points don't matter, but my
Points
question
don't
was
matter.
actually worth 5 points. So,
No, I got.
But let us know how you did down in the comments below. Whether it was too hard, too easy, or whether or not we're just uncultured Disney folks and need to watch more Christmas specials.
If you say you got all of them in the comments below, you're lying. I don't believe you. I don't. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't believe you.
Chip.
So many of these are not that hard.
You're right.
Yeah.
We did do Disney trivia at Grapes once, and there were some people there that went.
We got to do that.
That went hard.
Yeah.
Like we got stomped.
Yeah.
We had the most fun though.
It was a lot of fun.
Our table won the most laughs.
We were wanting to do that. Something else came up. There was that, and there was Harry Potter recently that we wanted to do, and it didn't work out.
Well, they just booked another one sometime next year. I don't know.
Yeah,
but we should make a team. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm down.
Trivia over. Sorry, I made it too hard. Boo.
No, it was fun.
Totally fine.
I think it was just Christmas trivia. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was only strictly Christmas.
I was not prepared.
Yeah, I was woefully
Clearly none of us were
for Christmas Disney trivia.
And like literally most of these I've rewatched like 3 or 4 times at this point this season.
Wow.
All right. Kicking it back over to you, Brad, for the last question of this episode.
We're gonna skip over villain of the week, huh? All right. We'll go to the last question then.
Well, listen, we don't have time for
but it was cute.
Villain of the week is Kirsten's trivia questions.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
we could do the villain of the week after the last question.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Our last question. Don't mind me while I put on this beautiful hat that Cody got me. Cody finally got me a top hat, or not that I finally got a top hat because of Cody. And he asked, what is the one thing you want for Christmas? A physical item, not something like peace on earth, because we all want that. And I want to say that I got what I wanted for Christmas with this beautiful hat. That doesn't stay on my head because I have a big head. And I'm also wearing a headphones, so it's hard. But
I thought you were going to say you got what you wanted by Emily saying yes to your proposal, but the top hat is really cool too. The top hat is really awesome.
Too, and I was like, I guess that works too. Yeah.
The top hat is great though, Brad. We really like it. Okay, like it suits you well.
Honestly, I thought that's where Brad was going too, and then he was like the top hat, and I was like, you know what? That's gonna be an awkward conversation after this podcast is over.
No, for real. I mean, I do appreciate the hat. And I appreciate the laughs that you guys got out of it. It's kind of a trap question being on this podcast with her, because if I say something and she didn't get it for me, then she's going to feel really bad, right? You know, so like,
I will. Our anniversary is close,
just a month later too. Yeah.
So it might give me idea. So say what your heart really wants.
No, I didn't have a real answer. I was going to joke the entire time with that one, but
enchanted scar and playmat from the upcoming set champs.
I can't get that for Christmas, right?
You can ask for it, and then you said it's a month for your anniversary. So Emily cut to Rocky montage of her learning all of Lorcana and the metagame with the best around, and then wins the card and the mat for you, and then. It's possible,
Brad in the process of
beats Brad. Yeah, but it's like Mulan. She's dressed as a man like Mulan, and Brad wouldn't be able to tell the difference because he's never seen Mulan. Therefore, the disguise would work flawlessly.
I like this plan. This is good.
No, I don't have anything specific. This question actually made me think that like I didn't do like any like updating to my Amazon wish list, which is what my parents shop for, shop when they shop from when they get me stuff. So I have no idea what I'm getting for Christmas this year. I've spent so much time doing other things that I haven't really thought about anything for myself. A lot of times I just buy what I want. So she always surprises me with something great. Whatever Emily gets me, whatever anybody gets me, I'll be appreciative for. She built me a Lorcana deck box. Like
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. I brought it before where she found a pattern, she built it all together with wood glue and everything. I store all my decks and stuff in it, and she's really thoughtful like that. So I will appreciate anything that she gets me at. But that's my real answer. And of course, her saying yes.
What about you, Emily? What is Brad going to Target to get for you tonight after the podcast is over?
They're open till 11:59.
Oh, I did get my ring, so that's he did kind of come at like Christmas might not be super big. I was like, but it kind of gave me a pretty good present already. I feel like there's a lot of like for our upcoming Disney trip, there's like a lot of Loungefly bags that I've been eyeing. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I don't like Brad. I kind of don't. I buy what I want. And he kind of, is really good about getting me, special things for our special occasions. But maybe more pins to maybe hopefully finish out some of my sets that I have because I have a lot. And maybe a nice collector like thing to display them all. It's currently there in a bag. I'm not
Andy,
displaying
what
it.
about you?
I got some ideas for you for the pin board. I made my own, so. And also, if you need to
Next.
borrow a Loungefly, like I've got like 1,000. Just borrow one if you want.
Good to know.
I think there's a lot of things. I'm gonna repeat the same thing. I'm in the same way. When I need something, I kind of buy it. And I also forgot to put a lot of the stuff that I actually need on my Amazon list. So I suspect most people will just be getting me like gift cards and or money. And so I will probably just use those to buy things. But I do want to buy a new chair. My chair, as you can see behind me, has been loved dearly by my beloved cat. And has been scratched to death and is falling apart. And so I might treat myself to a nice new computer chair in the future. I spend like 90% of my life in this chair, so might as well. You're worth something.
I gotta say, spend the money, man. I didn't spend the money for a really long time. Getting a really nice desk office chair has saved my life. And my back. Mostly my back.
What about you, Kirsten?
Vince? Go.
Oh, I don't know. We're also in the same boat, just kind of whatever is fine. I don't really ask for a whole lot.
What from Target specifically tonight would you like for Christmas?
I need that I need that Mickey Sorcerer Lego set, please.
Sorcerer Mickey's Lego set? Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
I don't really want to have to get a new computer, but I know I need a new computer because my Mac is very much out of date and will not update any longer. And eventually I'm not going to be able to use Chrome. So that's going to be a problem. But yeah, I'd really love to play Dreamlight, Disney Dreamlight on my computer. So maybe that'll be a future thing. We'll see.
What about you, Vince? What Lego set is coming under the Christmas tree for you?
Hey.
It's
Pre-order
actually,
now.
So no, the Lego set that I want is the Tutor's Corner. It's the next to modular set. But the thing is like this is the problem. Like you all, it's like if there's something I want, I just go get it, and stuff. The thing that I probably wouldn't get for myself that I would really like to get though is a 3D printer.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I feel like that'd be kind of fun. But
3D printers are awesome, Vince, but they are like a hobby in and of themselves. I've seen the like meme or whatever where it says like my one hobby is like crafts and my other hobby is buying the supplies for the crafts that I do, right? So like 3D printing is amazing, but you spend so much time just like perfecting it and like tinkering with it and like even the 3D printers themselves, they come like unassembled and you're like, it's a Lego. It's a Lego set first and then you use it to print stuff.
But it's kind of a continual Lego set because you need to calibrate it and do all these weird things that I don't like touching, and that's why it sits under your desk and hasn't been touched in 6 months.
It was too time consuming for me. I'm sorry.
I need more durable shelves though. I need more durable shelves.
The thing is I really like organization, and so I like there's all these like fun organizational things you can create with a 3D printer. Like there's this guy who's like created he's a Lego content creator, and he's created like Lego assembly trays so you can pour the Lego bags out and like so I know there's they're free files and stuff, so
you gotta set that printer back up, Andy. Sorry.
It's it's great. But then the other thing though too is you're like, ooh, if I had like a little couple bins for these things here on my desk, I could clean them off my desk and like I could put them in these nice little bins. And then you spend 2 hours trying to find the free file for the bins, and then you send the bins over to your printer, you print the bins. 12 hours later, the bins are actually done, and you then pick up 3 knickknacks off your desk and put them in the bins, and you're like, job well done, boys. Next week we'll get another 3 things off my desk and put them in a couple bins or whatever. It's just it's a time-consuming thing, but it is really awesome to be able to.
Yeah, I originally wanted to get one a while ago when we started doing streaming, so we could print those same little like this character has evasive.
It's not allowed anymore.
Can't do it anymore, and so it's like, well, okay, I don't need to buy a 3D printer and stuff.
It's like me finding things on Etsy like stickers. Be like, I could just make those. But I could have also just bought them for $3 on Etsy. And not $500.
All right.
Who's our villain of the week?
Go on.
We do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
Yeah. Apologies again to this week's villain of the week is the Grinch. And I have some information that I was not prepared for because I didn't think we were doing it anymore.
Oh, he won't sit up.
It has a word as long as your pole is 10 feet or less.
Species, what? Gender, male. Age, 61. Family, unnamed biological parents. Clarnella, who? Adoptive mother. Rose, who? Adoptive mother. Occupation, trickster, formerly. Hermit, inventor, thief, formerly. Like, garbage, formerly. Christmas, currently. Music, currently. And then he's got a whole bunch of other things here. I don't want to, so many adjectives to describe the Grinch, but I thought it'd be a cute little addition to our holiday special of...
He's the main one. He's got to be villainous.
Absolutely.
I didn't come up with any abilities or anything for him.
Say, though, his schedule, 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the best. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger, tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with myself, losing. I'm booked.
Are you reading that, or do you have that memorized?
I have that memorized.
Very
I
nice.
have seen that movie so many times.
It's like me and like Elf.
I love it so much.
All right.
But yeah, that is our villain of the week. And let us know who you would have as the villain of the week, as always. And we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you're joining us on audio, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
And if you're joining us on YouTube, which if you're not, you should. It's fun over here. We have a great time. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring that bell icon to be notified of our next episode.
You can help us continue plotting our devious plans on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, and the platform formerly known as Twitter @Rules of Villainy. Please also join us on our Discord as well with the link below.
Until next week, stay safe, fellow villains. Be wary of wannabe heroes who want to disrupt your villainous plans. And as always, remember the rules of villainy.
And Merry Christmas!
Happy Christmas!
And we'll see you in the new year.